Yeah, so I'm just waiting for this something. I'm just trying to sort something out on this funny phone. Right, sorry, I was just trying to post a link in the chat. All that messing about just to do that. Right, so I designed this in Sketchup the other day, coil winder, and I've got a magnifying glass which I'm putting in the coil. Like this, which I don't think you'll be able to see that on the camera. I don't know. Main camera, see if that can see anything. Oh, it's light reflecting. Well, the magnifying glass works pretty well for me, but it's not going to work for the camera. So the light, what's light coming from? Right. So I've got the light up completely now, I can't see a damn thing, but right, okay, you can see a bit. Right, the coil winder is got this tiny blade on it which is blunted, and that basically follows the windings of the previous wind, and occasionally it jumps a track, which is to be expected. So I can't leave that there because I can't see what I'm doing. But basically I've already wound, I'm not counting turns on this, I've wound 1, 2, 3 rows, I'm in the middle of the 4th final row at the moment. I'll just move my magnifying glass out of the way because you can't see anything through that anyway. But I've been having some issues with the runner, this runner here. It tends to stick a bit, so I have to give it a nudge every now and then. The elastic band at the back is the elastic band at the back here gives tension onto this arm, which pulls the bottom that way, and it brings this forward. Well, as the coil, and there's also two elastic band going around between these pillars, resting on the back of the coil, which creates back tension on the coil. So that as I turn it, there's a lot of tension on this wire. So I can adjust the tension by adjusting the amount of elastic bands I've got on there. So I can take that elastic band off and just use this elastic band, which has a little bit of tension, and this one adds more tension. So, and then as I turn it, it pulls it taut. The tighter it gets, the more this arm is pressed down on the actual winding. So let me get a bit closer. It's not focused. You can see expected. Well, I'm on the last row, and the last row is not perfect. It's jumped a few, and I thought, well, mainly because it gets a bit bumpy as I put the tape on, so I can. It's just that polymer, what do you call it? Tape, plumber's tape stuff. You know, put on pipes. I'll put that on it's very thin. I'm going to put it on because it makes it easy to contrast. It makes it easy to see where I've been. Right. So, I'll see if I can angle the camera down a bit better, so you can see a bit better what's going on. But it works really well. Occasionally I have to nudge it forward a little bit because I've just been out a while ago, and that wire's supposed to be in between that gap there. And I've got a needle, and the wire goes through the eye of the needle, and that acts as a guide. Now, the only problem I've had with the needle is because the the eyelet is so small, sometimes the polyamide on the wire, the insulation, it gets scraped, which I'm worried about. So this coil is really a test coil, because I'm going to test the DC resistance to make sure there's no shorts when I've done. But they're only usually low, for generating power, low current stuff anyway. So, but you can see how it works when I turn it, and I think my arm is. Let's just lift it up a bit. Have I knocked it out? Oh, it needs moving back a bit. This thing's nudging forward a bit, because sometimes this sticks. Flipping temperature on the computer now. Just a minute. I'm going to stick it on automatic. Right. Oh, it's because I've got the browser open as well. I think I'll close the browser, that would help. Right. So you can see how the blade is following the I can't even see on there. You can see how it follows copper, and as this end is populated with copper, it pushes this arm along, and it moves the needle as well, and the needle where the copper's threaded through also is moved, and it guides the wire pretty well. Actually, I've knocked it too far now. I need to push it back a bit, because it normally moves. It should move by itself, but I've only just 3D printed this, and the acetone in the plastic has made it a bit sticky. So I've lubricated it with some grease, but because the acetone is in the plastic, it's still very sticky, and it keeps sticking on me. I think after a couple of days, when this plastic's dried out, when these little hubs dry out properly, it should slide a lot better. But at the moment, you can pretty much see the operation, how it works. This camera's pretty shy. I ought to try and film it with the other camera, but I'd have to fold it and it gets pretty hot. Let's just look at that, what I've just done, without actually just a minute. Oh. The focus is shine. Let me just get the magnifying glass on it. I've been making a magnifying glass stand as well, so that hasn't set yet. The light's in the wrong place, that's the trouble. Let's see if I can get this under here. Right, you can just see what I've just done there. That's where we need to do it. Right, you can see where it's just gone there. Let me just turn it while it's under the glass. It's a bit awkward this. Right, I'm trying to get this angle so you can see it under the magnifying glass, and I'm going to turn it when I get in a good position. Right, okay, that's not too bad. I'm getting some glare from somewhere. Right, let's just turn it. Bear in mind, I'm not even looking, I'm looking at the camera right now, I'm looking at this thing on the screen, so I'm just turning it under the magnifying glass. I'm trying to get this angle right so there's no reflections. It's so tricky to do. That's not too bad. Right, let's turn it. It's probably not going to work properly when it's at this funny angle. I just heard something click, so I think it's just, yeah, it's jumped over a wire. I need to go and sort that out. It does that occasionally, which is annoying. But at least it works. It will save me a lot of time because I can just let go of it, like you can see, and it doesn't all unravel on me. Yeah, it just jumped a cog in. Get my nylon thing in. That's that blade. That's looking up a bit. Right. Yeah, that's it, on the right place now. So occasionally it will just jump a cog, but it's no problem. I can usually hear it click when it does that. So this is the last row really. But it's good because I can just let go and it doesn't all unravel on me. And I'm not counting turns, I'm just doing 4 rows, which basically is what I want anyway. So I'm not critical, it's not critical about how many turns I've done. Occasionally I have to bump the little shuttle thing because it's sticky, it's still sticky on me. You see it's jumped a bit there. If I just turn it, you get used to it after been practicing a while, and you've turned it 2-3 times, you know pretty much, you can feel the tension on that arm. But when you just give it a little nudge, you can feel it relax when you nudge it, and you know you're back on track, you know? So, I think I am. Sometimes the wires tend to want to go one way, the other way, because what happens is it gets a bit uneven, and you end up with these little hills. And it tends to slide one way, which is what you get if you don't put your tape on dead flat. And it's the tape that's the problem. But I put the tape on because I wanted to have a contrast. So I could see, I'll just give it a nudge with my nail every now and then just to make sure everything's straight. And but it saves me a lot of work because there's been times where I've been hand winding this with my fingers and I've slipped and the whole thing's just got unravelled on me, and it definitely saves time. Sometimes you can get some speed on it. You just click it. Start again. Oops, too far. See, this thing is pushed along by that blade, you see, and there's back tension on it with the rubber band, and I moved it too far there, so I have to push it back a bit, but it will soon correct itself once you get going. It's a shame about this camera being crappy focus on it really is. I don't know if I can, let me just see, focus, if I can, let me just see if I can do this with a magnifying glass in front of it so you can see and I can see at the same time. I need to put something underneath here. Oops, that's not going to work, it's going to fall over. Let's find something. I need to put a magnet under there. With some. Right, that will hold that. Now, let me just see if you can actually see with the magnifying glass. Well, I actually look direct because it's. I've got a light. I've got a shadow now. I can't see a damn thing. Hang on. Let's see. This and get light through it. This is not going to work, is it? Actually, yeah, that's not bad. Let me see if I can look at it from another angle. I should be able to. Oops. Go on my knees a bit. Right, if I need to hold this down so it doesn't slide around. I'll put glue tack on it or something. So if I turn this, you should be. Oops, move the mouse out of the way. Right, sorry about them flipping reflections. They're really annoying. Can I put something on the back? I'm blocking all the light though then. I need another light source. That's what I need, another light source. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Just bring my little lamp over here. That's better. Right. That's a lot better. Right. Let's turn off the big light. Right, okay. Alright, I've turned off the big light. This is better. If I can still operate this thing and see what I'm doing, I'll have to look at the camera actually on the screen. That's not ideal either. It's jumped again, hang on. Too far. Once I get this thing arm to move without getting stuck, it will work great. See, I'm sticky still. There's a wire that wants pushing back a bit. There's actually a lot of tension on that. It's the last row, so I'm not too fussy about what it comes out like. Because it is a tester this, but it basically does work quite well actually. It's just jumped again. Yeah, hang on a minute, I need to straighten that out because it's because I'm not looking at it straight and it's easy to. It works pretty well. I'm just going to push some wires up a bit because I didn't have my thing lined up properly. That's because I'm not looking directly at it. I'm putting it for the camera at the moment. Normally I can judge it when I'm doing it by directly. So I have to nudge this little arm across a little bit every now and then because it's sticky. See how it works. Just jumped all that wire again. You know why? Because there's a lump underneath it already. It would do a better job winding the wire at high speed than what I could on the reel-to-reel, because it would guide itself mostly. It might jump over the occasional wire, but overall it would keep on track, which is something you don't get when you're normally winding it quite fast. I'm just straightening this at the moment. Still on track, yes, more or less. So, it just clicked over a wire then. You can hear it when it does that. So, you've seen it close up. Oops, my magnet's moving around. You've seen it close up, how it works. Computer's getting too hot again. Where's my... Oops. Hang on a minute, I'll have to turn the throttle and see if it'll back down because it's throwing a fit. Let's hope it doesn't drop any frames in this mode. Should be a lot less hiss. What's the thing? I like to be able to see what's going on as I'm winding it, and I can't really do that when I'm got it in front of the camera. And these little plastic things on each end are just friction things to hold everything so it doesn't basically slide all the way through. Because there's no bearings, everything's friction on here. But I can actually make a lot of progress usually once I'm going and it's a fresh start, you know, freshly started coil. I can make really fast progress. Just jumped over the wire in. I'm on a nice flat this again. Let's just neutral, I think. So just stay. As long as I remember to give it a little nudge, I'm fine. It's when you get to the ends where you have a transition, when you stop winding to the right and it starts to wind to the left. That's usually when I have some issues because it's hard to see when it gets under that lip, that corner, and if I haven't pulled the wire all the way up to the end on the previous wind, there ends up being a big hole, and the wire just wants to stay in that hole, and it just keeps falling into the hole all the time, and yeah, and I don't care, once I get to the ends, I'll fill the hole up. This one's done anyway. I'm at the end now, so I'm just going to keep going until I'm going to super glue it. I'm not worried about it jumping at the end, which it is now because it's full up. The wire is full now all the way to the end. Oops. Ah. Right. So I'm going to get my left one. Come on, just way that way. So all the way along. It's definitely neater. It would have been if I'd wound it by hand quite quickly. Ow, magnets. Right, so I'm just going to get my super glue. I'm just going to stick this wire down because I'm not going to go back and do it again. Check the DC resistance to see if we've got any shorts. We shouldn't have though, it should be fine. At the start I used the same piece of wire several times and I ended up cutting that off and starting fresh because I think I've damaged it. But this should be fine. Right, so that one's done. So all I need to do now is wait for the super glue to dry and put some caps and tape around that lot. So what I'll do is I'll chop the wire off at about there. And now I'll just remove my friction fit thingamajigs, which these things. Oh, I broke it! Oh my god! I broke the freaking thing. Never mind, I can super glue it together again. That's the good thing about 3D printing. I could use acetone. Damn it, I broke the damn thing. Look at that. Hang on, super glue. Don't matter. It'll be fine. Marvellous, isn't it? Right, that would be good as gold. I was putting too much force on it. Right, what you do is you twist these things and then you... I was just trying to show if I can, you know, super good that. That'll be as strong as good as new. Just twist this little collar thing until my thing comes out like this. Right, so there's my coil. Just get out the eye of the needle. There we go. So I've got a coil round. Trim that excess off. Good thing about this stuff, it's super good really well and it's already fixed. So anyway, no problem with that. This super glue on here is sticking in my finger. So it's not bad, it's come out reasonably well. I'll show you when I'll put a new coil in and I'll show you how much quicker it is when you first start off. It is pretty fast. This rubber bar needs to be eased off a bit more though, so what I need to do is what I usually do with this is put the end back in there. So just run it. But it is very sticky right now. I just run it backwards and forwards until it eases off. can hear how sticky it is. It needs some more axle grease on it. Let's put some axle grease in it. I've got this other stuff, this plastic gear grease. I'm going to try a bit of that. I'll put some silicone on it, but it doesn't seem to work so well. Don't need much. Otherwise I'm going to have grease everywhere. Normally the rocking motion helps it to move along, but it does get... Oh, that's a lot better, I can tell. I think my elastic band needs to be a bit stronger as well. Just running it in a bit. Right. That doesn't feel bad at all. Right, let's get a fresh bobbin. I'll wrap this one up with tack and tape later. So I'll just go and get another bobbin out of the other ones. Now, I was talking to my friend on Discord earlier. He was suggesting that the rounded corners, well, what I can do with that is file this this new bobbin. We can try that anyway. I have been filing them anyway, but I wasn't focusing too much on the corners. Well, we can do that. I've got the wrong blooming file, I want the flat file. So, I'll just file it generally to begin with. I need it to be even though. Otherwise, if it's not dead flat, the windings will slip. So I'll file it side to side. As much as more than the ends need a little bit separate though, because let's do all four sides. And then I'll focus on the corners, the edges. I want it nice and smooth so that it runs better and doesn't fall into the little 3D printed lines that you get. Well, I hope it's coming out alright on the stream, because I've turned the CPU, I've throttled it back a bit. I'm looking in Discord, so if you can tell me anyway, what's the stream coming through like? Because I'm not looking at YouTube chat. I don't think I've got YouTube chat enabled anyway. Right, so let's try these corners so that they're rounder. It should help. I want to make sure they're nice and straight because I don't want it sloped. I don't want it going like that, like a channel, because the wire won't lay properly. Right, that's it's not too bad, just the others to do. I guess nobody's watching the stream in Discord, or they haven't heard. Right. I've got a bit of a valley there, I don't want that. That's not bad. When you're making your own bobbins, you've got to pay attention to how flat it is. Because if I was winding round the bobbins, it wouldn't be a problem because it's the steps, the corners, where that blade is resting. It tends to jump, especially if going quite fast. It jumps, and it often jumps over the wire. And then you have to put it back on again. Like, when something square is going round really fast, it jumps, like, you can imagine. Oh, that's what it was now. Well, I think that's good enough. I've rounded those corners quite a bit. Right, so let's put this new bobbin in and get my wire. I've got to thread the needle again. Oh, I don't know if I've got enough wire on this reel. Well, we'll cross that bit when I come to it anyway. We're still doing tests, so I've got to thread my needle. It's a lot easier to thread the needle with copper wire than it is with cotton, I can tell you that. This cotton phrase. It's only 30 SWGY, it's not, there we go, I'm in. Alright, I've got my wire in. Right, now I need to turn it that way. Put the little slot on the end. I don't want any kinks in it. So, wait for that to hold. Alright, get my bobbin. Well, it's not a bobbin, it's a grip thingamajig. Right, there's another one. Stick this through here. Put my collar on. That needs to go out of the way a minute. Right, I get this bobbin on here. The collar on. Thank you for super glue, because it glued the other end that I broke off. Shoes, I wish we were having coffee with tonight. Speaking of which, I need to make another one in a bit. Friction fits pretty cool work. Right, stick this one over. This one, quite tight actually, these. If you get too loose, I'll just pack them up with some ABS plastic, not plastic. Right, so I've got this on, now I need to line this up with the end. Tension my wire a bit. There we go, I'm ready to start winding a new coil. So, starting a fresh row. I don't know what you can see really. It's going over those corners I've got to be careful of, that's where it jumps. Let's see if I can go faster. My crank handle, there's still little tweaks to do with this thing. The actual hole that the crank handle goes through is too big, so it tends to wobble, which can knock my coil winding out. So I like to turn it with my hand like this. When I do that, it works a lot better. So I really need to go back to Sketchup and adjust my crank handle size, you know, the pin that goes through. But you can see that when you start fresh on a new row. Look how neat that is. Hang on. Look how neat that is. And I think that thing is sliding a little bit better at the moment. Because I eased it off a bit. I'll do a few more turns and we'll have another look. Oh, my clutch is coming loose. I need to sort these things out. Remember, I am not guiding that wire at all. The blade is doing all the guiding right now. So look. Not bad, is it? Not bad. I haven't noticed it once yet. It's managed to move along by itself, which is really good. It proves that thing's easing up a bit. Oh, something just clicked then. Oh, it was almost about to click on the wrong side, but it's moved where it needed to move. Yeah, my clutch is a little bit... What I really need to do is drill some holes in these little friction things as well. Or better still, actually put some wire. I made this so I could wrap wire around them and twist the wire and grip it even tighter. That's another thing I can do. You know, put some. Computer's gone to sleep. I hope the screen's working alright. Because I'm not looking at the moment. I wish someone told me if the screen's working. Right. We're still good. I need to make this stand a bit heavier at the back end so that when I'm turning it, the coil so it doesn't keep jumping up in the air. So what is the purpose of this coil winder? It's so I can wind my coils more easily for the generator build that I'm doing. Oh yes, we did slip one there. Just check it, hang on a minute, let's see where it's gone. Yeah, we did slip one there. Oh, I have corrected it now. It's these. It's coming a bit loose as well. Oh, good. Well, I did show a close-up view of the of my coil winder a bit ago, and I hope that worked. Cause I had to turn up my browser because my CPU was getting too hot. So this is it round so far. Where we a bit of the glass. So that's it so far. Right. Right, so I must have moved that too far now. Sometimes the blade gets into a groove where the 3D print left a line, and it just did that then, and that's why it got pulled off course. See, the first layer is the most important layer. If the first layer is not perfectly flat and even, all the other layers that I do on top end up being messed up as well. So it's important to get the first layer nice and tidy. I like the fact I can just let go of it and nothing just unravels on me. I can say that now, but these touch things I've made seem to be getting loose. I think what's happening is the acetone I used on these pins, it's just shrinking, and that's why they're getting looser. So I'm probably going to have to sort that out. I'm going to have food in a sec. I've got a sandwich. So it's not broken away yet, but let's have a look at that. Look how neat that is. one wire that seems to be sticking up. I'm not sure why. Oh no, it's not. It's just where the light's touching it. Oh no. Oh, it's just where it's not tensioned enough there. That's probably why I let go a bit. Oh, just loosen a bit on that one. Yeah, that thing wants nudging a bit again. Looks too much. Ouch! Yeah, sometimes I get it out of sync with it, I'll move it too far. I still haven't got it set right. It's certainly easier than doing it by hand. Because it's such a strain when you're having to keep permanent tension on it. Oh, this elastic band on the actual supply spool is making the tension too much. That's what's going on. Back a bit. That's better. I wonder what was going on. The tension seems to be getting higher. That's better. If the tension gets too tight, this little blade thing, even though it's blunt, it just digs right in a plastic and even the coil can't move it along. These things are getting loose on the end. Right, I tell you what, I'm going to end the stream now anyway. You've seen how it works. It works quite well. What I was going to do is put some other wire around these little things that look like pulleys, these things, and twist them and see if I can get this them to tighten up, because I made the inside quite thin, so I should be able to tighten them. I might end up splitting them, that's the only problem, because I didn't actually try and treat them. I should have done, but I was afraid that they would stick permanently to this other one, which was actually untreated, so yeah. Oh, actually I could put some elastic bands around there, that might pull them in a bit. Yeah, I'm going to have some food, so Oh, yeah. So that's it for now.